We are present with ظاہر مہمند, a PTI leader and also a prominent political figure. Mr. ظاہر, can you describe the expulsion of 3 ministers from provincial cabinet and how can you see it in the political perspectives?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today, I am first of all thankful to the news team that have come to my home, and I will explain the expulsion of 3 ministers one by one. Although Shakil is not known to me, but so far I know about Shahram and Mr. Atif Khan. He was elected as MPA in the last elections from my constituency, and then he became education minister. So I will start from that very place. Once he became the education minister, he was given a very honorable portfolio, but so far his performance was known to some of the people, and it was unknown to majority of the people, because I am from his home constituency and I know him better. First of all, once he conducted the oath of his office, soon as he took the oath of his office, he started nepotism. And I would like to quote these with simple examples, that in the purchase of furnitures, he received highest kickbacks, and it is very easy to prove it, because Mashwani is a sitting MPA here, and he was the one who met with Mr. Atif Khan, who joined hands with Mr. Atif, and they sold the furniture to the government primary schools by receiving highest kickbacks. Million of rupees were robbed in terms of gifts, in terms of heavy kickbacks. In the same way, in the printing press, they received million of rupees from Punjab press. Continuing the same story of nepotism, Atif Khan didn't stop here. Later on, once the Senate election was being conducted, he appointed 4 of his family members as senators in the last 2 Senate elections. Number 1 is Mr. Khanzada Khan, who belongs to People's Party. He was a sitting president of PPP-KPK, and he was bestowed with a highest portfolio of Senate. He was given this for the reason that Atif Ant, he is the husband of Atif Ant, and it is his close relative. That's why he was bestowed upon this portfolio. Later on, he continued the same story with Dilawar Khan, who belongs to his native Union Council, and they have close relation with Mr. Atif. Likewise, in the last Senate election, Zishan Khanzada was again elected as senator, in spite of the fact that his father still belongs to People's Party. There were so many educated people in PTI, and they were neglected. They were neglected. 50% of our population, Mehmend, Sawatis, Bajo, people came from Bajo 300 years back. They were deprived of their basic rights, and they were not given due representation in the assemblies, neither in the provincial assembly, nor in the national assembly, nor in the Senate. So it is an injustice on part of PTI. PTI slogan is for insaf. PTI slogan is for justice, transparency. If transparency does not avail in the political leadership, how can we prove it? How can Imran Khan Saab claim it? But he was kept unaware of this nepotism. It was just shown to him once Mehmood Khan and Mr. Parvez Khattak, they gathered the people, they gathered the assembly members, they had meetings with them in Islamabad, in Abbottabad, and they wanted to sabotage the nominee of Mr. Imran Khan, who is Mehmood Khan from Swat, as a chief minister. They were dragging his legs, and it was a conspiracy against him. But it is the greatness of our great leader that Mr. Khan took a very right action on very right time. Because he was a captain, once he was a cricket captain, he used to decide the things at a very critical stage. So he decided that they should be expelled, and they were given show cause notices. So it is a great decision on part of him, and so far as the nepotism is concerned.
And now, if they were re-inducted into provincial cabinet, what about this?
If such people are re-inducted, then the slogan of justice will not prevail. And if
it will be against merit.
So far, the merit is concerned, the merit prevails once you go for the punishment. So they deserve the punishment. They should be hit like anything, and they should be given due punishment. And if they are given the punishment, so if you see in Punjab, the conspiracy against Buzdar, once this action was being taken, the conspiracy settled down. Everything was normal in Punjab. Everything got normal in the National Assembly. This was the reason of this administrative decision which Mr. Imran Khan as a Prime Minister, which he took on a very right time, to which I salute.
And sir, can you tell us about his nepotism?
So far as nepotism is concerned, it is very much clear from his relatives that they were bestowed. The 4 senators are from sitting in the Senate: Dilawar, Khanzada, Zishan, and Liaqat Tarakai. These 4 senators are his family, close family members. And furthermore, I would like to explain it further, that once the one-way route from Mardan to Sawabi was being inaugurated by the chief minister, it has come into my notice that the trees on both the side of the roads were sold to a party which are their close neighbors, which are their close nominees, and which are their close relatives. The way they bestowed their family in UC court by giving them awqaf property, 500 acres of land, of precious land, were being bestowed to one of his cousins. Likewise, this story continues further in this shape. Mr. Faiq Shah, his first cousin, his lonely cousin, was given the chairmanship of WSSM Mardan, which is again a clear example of nepotism.
And also
he had founded his own party in the name of Tarakki Aman Party. Once he is the chairman of Tarakki Aman Party, how can you justify this thing that he should be a chairman WSSM from PTI? Would you think that he will serve the people of PTI? He will serve his own personal interests, as this family has done it. This family is badly involved in malpractices, in the corruption mafia. 4 of his family members were being charged in rape and rape. And I would not like to mention their names because being from news group, you know all of them who had been charged, and they are sitting in ANP. Faisal Salim, and another cousin of him, is sitting in ANP, and he was given the portfolio of KPOTIB. On the CPEC, on every industry of CPEC, he is the final signatory. He is getting 40 lakh rupees per month. Faiq Shah is getting 11 lakh rupees per month. And 7 billion rupees has been given to him for the development works. And it is not only the story of injustice. This injustice further continues by reappointing him as a chairman WSSM in the last few days. The fresh notification was issued and I went to the Secretary Local Government. I explained this case, but he took no action. So I am very sorry and I appeal on your behalf that the culprits must be given their due punishments. If they are not given punishments, then the PTI slogan will stand nowhere. If Imran Khan Saab as a Prime Minister, he took right decision, he should go towards the right direction and they must be punished the way the Malaysian Prime Minister, the Turk Prime Minister, the Saudi, the fresh example is Saudian case. They should do this with all the political people here in the country, and they should go for the cross board, what I would like to say, they should go for the transparency across the board. Finally, I would like to summon up my press conference with these other special prayers that may God bless Mr. Imran Khan to continue the office of the Prime Minister. As a successful Prime Minister, he has to take these actions. We are raising our slogan. I am the lonely one from Mardan. People tell me that tomorrow he will become the Chief Minister. I say, Allah is everything for me. I am afraid of none. Those who are afraid of Allah, they are not frightened from anybody. Continuing the same story, I would like to further explain my story this way, that Mr. Atif has joined hand with Mr. Haider Houthi. And the corruption, the $1 trillion corruptions, 500 million rupees have been robbed by this man. One Arab and 40 lakhs in the mosque development funds have been robbed by Mr. Haider Houthi. 1 Arab and 30 lakh rupees in the constructions of Hujra. That is not a story. His clear example is his younger brother, Mr. Ghazan, who was taken to jail.
Aslaha scandal.
In the Aslaha scandal. And the same story continues here, that Atif has joined hands with Mr. Haider Houthi, that together we will rise and together we will fall. I will not go into your corruption cases and I will not open this chapter. In case if he opens this chapter, tomorrow Haider will come and he will open the chapter of Mr. Atif, because both are kinds of the same currency. Both are both are thieves, and both have done something wrong to the national treasury, to the nation, to the spirit, the way we have voted him. This is not for this, that he should join hand with thieves. And one thief come and one thief come and shakes hand with another thief. This is a simple story, but we will continue to show it to the world, to show it to the media teams, that if things are happening like this, tomorrow PTI will stand nowhere. It is the right time that PTI should take serious action against such malefied intentions. And if they are stopped then and there, we will be able to build a strong nation, a strong Pakistan, a prosperous Pakistan. And Khan Sahib had been voted just for this one reason, that he will go for the ihtisab. And if it doesn't happen, people will be poisoned, people will be discouraged, the youth shall be discouraged, and this is the only way forward Pakistan can be put on a right track of development. This is my humble request, and I would like to summon up my press conference, but I will take your last question, please.
Being neglected from the national KP and from the Senate, as they are majority of 50% in the whole region. I'm talking about Mardan area.
So far as the Mehmend tribe that had been neglected, and part of it, I am very sorry over these rascals that they have done something wrong, not to a single individual, but they have done something wrong to the majority of the people living here in Mardan. Because you know that once we go to the details, that Pakistan establishment is taking steps to encourage the tribals all over the new emerging districts and all over the country. The game here in Mardan is reverse. So I would like to mention, and I would like to bring it in their kind notice, that in spite of 50% population, we have been totally neglected in the representation in the National Assembly, Provincial Assembly, and the Senate, and this is very much injustice to all of us. And I appeal my honorable leader, I appeal the establishment high-ups that they should take due action and they should address this issue. If it continues, the people will rise up, and they will, if they are being bestowed of if they are being deprived of their authorities, then there will be a sort of discouragement in the youth. There will be a sort of discomfort. So this discomfort has to be addressed in all of its manifestations.
Is selected as Chief Minister of KP. What was the reasons? Can you elaborate these things?
Yeah, so far as Mehmud Khan was a constant PTI, a thorough gentleman from Swat. Swat Valley suffered. In 7 districts of the Malakand division, they were not given due representation once we come to talk in terms of Chief Minister portfolio. All of the districts from KP, there are some people remain governors, some are ex-chief ministers. From every district you find it. But once we go to the Malakand division, we find nobody as a chief minister. So it was the reason that he was appointed, and the Swat suffered 3 ways. The disastrous blow of Taliban hit them badly. Then the second phase, they come at the second phase. After that, they migrated to Mardan because of the rains and the floods, which badly suffered them, and they migrated to Mardan. This was another handicap. This was another problem which happened with the people of Swat. And lastly, I would like to say that in the restoration of peace in Swat, Pakistan Army, Pakistan Air Force, Pakistani nation, Pakistani police have played a vital role. It is because of their role that you see peace in Swat. And it was the reason that a man should come from these 7 deprived districts, that they should get this portfolio in order to have a very good tourism in Swat. We can get a lot of revenue from Swat division once the infrastructure is being developed. And that is the only reason Mehmud Khan was appointed as a chief minister. I pray to Almighty Allah, may God give a success to Mr. Mehmud Khan and to Mr. Imran Khan as a chief minister and a prime minister. Thank you very much.